I am thrilled and feel absolute delight and pleasure at being here right now, speaking, expressing, and sharing with you. And today's episode is called Manifestation and This Present Moment. Now, just a little backstory here. Of course, as I'm preparing to share this new podcast with you, and I had the date on the calendar, I mean, that felt like a hell yes. Like, we are starting this podcast on January 1st, 2023. It's a Sunday. I always wanted to drop the podcast on a Sunday, as a throwback to my Sunday Journey lives that I did last year, as some of you may remember. It just feels like a really beautiful energy on Sundays. And so when it fell on the 1st of January, it was a big hell yes. And so I knew that there was going to be this date on the calendar, was going to be the date that I needed to record for and publish by. And so, of course, my brain goes into like thinking about, what's my first podcast going to be? Like, what am I going to talk about? What wants to be shared? And I get into the linear thinking zone, right? I have a human brain. And so I let myself go there and I brainstormed and I teased out some ideas. But in the end, I always just gave myself grace and gave myself space and said, I'm going to stay open to what wants to happen. And what came through, what's coming through now, is this sharing around the present moment and what happens and what happened for me in this experience, what happens for me, and more and more and more and more. This is what I teach. This is what I help remind you of, is that this present moment is all there is. It's the only place we actually create from. And with manifestation being such a buzzword, and I mean, I'm raising my hand right here, right? I talk about manifestation. It's definitely something that I am drawn to and like lights me up to talk about and to teach on. And the most powerful aspect of teaching on manifestation for me is how it brings us full circle back to this present moment in our bodies, noticing what the aliveness is that wants to be lived through us right now. That truly is where aligned action happens, is in the noticing in the moment. And so that's why I want to talk about it, because everything happens in the present moment. Now, it doesn't mean that you don't look ahead. It doesn't mean that planning and setting, dare I say, goals isn't valuable, but not at the expense of what is actually happening, not at the expense of the true life experience that is wanting to be lived through you moment to moment. This, my friends, will always be what I will do my best to prioritize for myself and be an example of that for you. And so if this is like what it's all about, if this is where the magic is, then what keeps us from being here? Well, I think at the root of it, it's thinking that there's somewhere better to be. There's somewhere else we need to go. There's this vision, dream, desire that exists somewhere outside of ourselves, somewhere down a linear timeline that we need to get to, which is a lie. We are on a continuous journey, opening up to the aliveness and the life and the energy that wants to be lived through us. And when we surrender to it, while staying attuned and aligned to what truly is for us, we will inevitably experience this in our lives. We don't have to make shit happen. we don't have to spend a majority of our time and energy outlining and structuring some future reality that we need to somehow figure out how to get into. That's a framework that has been constructed by toxic masculine culture. And don't get me wrong, it works. For a lot of people, it works really well. But for me, it did not work. And so I had to go about exploring and rediscovering and remembering what actually does work, which is actually, I think, how we're designed and how we're wired before the overemphasis on our logical linear brain was packaged and resold to us as like the pinnacle, top choice. I think it serves a purpose. But I, for one, my aim is to always have my mind in service to my body, in service to my heart, in service to my soul, in service to the energy that wants to live through me. The last thing I want to do is force anything. Because when I do, I miss what's right here. I miss what's right here. What's wanting to come through. It's emerging from me. When I'm trying to force an agenda or an idea or some plan in my mind, I separate from myself, from my truth, from my body. And what wants to come through and be lived as me, sometimes it's just peaceful rest. Sometimes it's riveting emotion. Sometimes it's inspired fire. I am here to allow it all right now, right here. And when I do, I start to notice the tapestry and cadence of what is. I deepen into the knowing of what it is and when it may emerge. Everything has a life cycle. And when you're attuned to yourself and your body and to the energy that you naturally draw in and through you, you begin to have a deeper sense and knowing about how it might fulfill itself through you. I listen and it tells me. I still myself and receive the pleasure of its truth. And if I know it's mine, if I know it's for me, then right in the moment of truth, I claim it. It's set. There's no need to remember it. I don't have to write it down over and over and over again. There's no need to put it on a list of things to do or to schedule it in my calendar. For the moment, I claim it because I know it's true, because I allowed it in the moment to emerge and attune itself to me. It's happening. My only job is to make sure the aliveness of it continues to stay present in my body, in my consciousness, and in my life. How it materializes is an ongoing invitation for me. The real question is, it's not how. It's not the question. It's never the question of how. The question is, am I paying attention? And attention happens right here in this present moment. You can't be paying attention to your future or your past and be absolutely present in the moment. So when something is alive in you, your job is to take notice. That's it. And it's your capacity to notice, to allow, and to receive the wisdom from aliveness that will determine how much of it you bring forth. So here's the thing. If you can identify how much aliveness you desire, Like, just take a moment to just imagine your truest desires all being right here in your lived experience. Now, really, like, how much aliveness is there? What is happening? What is the level of pleasure and delight and joy and love and connection and adventure and peace? What is that level of aliveness you desire? And then right now, how much aliveness are you actually experiencing? This is how you measure your capacity for the aliveness, for your ability to be in the present moment and be with what wants to come through you. It's this gap of reconciliation where you can determine where your edge is with being present with your life. As you expand your capacity for this present moment, you expand your capacity for more aliveness. And it's your aliveness, my friend. It's your aliveness that makes you magnetic. That's manifestation. Manifestation isn't about making something happen. Manifestation is allowing what's for you to be magnetized to you by you. You're perfectly designed to attract what is already yours. It's just your human experience that has caused you to forget. More than anything, more than figuring out what you need to do to make something happen, is your work is undoing everything that's gotten in your way of allowing what's yours just to come through you. It's undoing all the thoughts, the beliefs, the stories, the feelings, the actions that are in the way of what is trying to be alive through you. And you can only ever identify what those blocks are and undo them in the present moment. When you stop focusing on making something happen and start noticing what wants to happen, you heal your relationship to life. You heal your relationship to the journey that is constantly being invited through you, and that you are constantly being invited to be present with. It's all right here. This is the work. If you can learn to expand your capacity for this energy, this aliveness, the noticing, the surrendering to this present moment, you will tap into the infinite limitlessness of your life. 100%. So we're going to transition now into the journey part of this podcast. And so if you need to pause it here, take a little break, take a little breather, digest, by all means do. I'm also going to share and remind you and maybe even warn you, and I'll do this on every single podcast episode because it's really, really important, that I don't want you to move into the journey portion of this episode unless you are in a safe, comfortable, distraction-free space where you can sink in. I'm going to be speaking to your subconscious mind. Please, absolutely do not listen to this while you're driving, while you're operating any machinery or kitchen appliances, while you're playing with your kids, while you're doing anything else. Just save it for later. Save it for later. And the beautiful thing about this journey work, about the subconscious transformation work, is that you don't have to stay conscious for it. So by all means, like settle in, put in the earbuds before bed and listen to it as you're falling asleep. And then in the morning, pick up the journal prompts that are the bonus in the bonus section. I'll have them in the show notes always, a link to them, and put pen to paper and write and answer the questions. You'll be amazed at what comes through. So we'll start moving into the journey portion of the podcast now. And I'm always going to start by asking you to please take just a few deep breaths into your body, just breathing at a cadence and at a depth that feels best for you, just settling into your body. And as you do, drawing your awareness in on your breath, inviting your awareness into your body through the breath, and just tracing a path into your body, to your chest, into your belly, holding the breath, expanding it if that feels good to you. As you release it, just allowing your awareness to deepen in even more right here. Beautiful. Doing this a couple more times. And as you do, just settling even more into your body, allowing your awareness to expand more and more right here. Gorgeous. What we're going to do is identify one, maybe two things. And they might be experiences. They might be beliefs. They might just be energy and you don't know exactly what they are, and that's okay. That are impeding on your ability to be in your present moment to moment, and access the aliveness that's right here for you. And the beautiful thing about this, my friend, is that it's just information. It's beautiful information that's opening up to you through your body, through your subconscious mind, through the infinite wisdom of the universe coming right through, right here. And so as you breathe into your body and we tap into your body, which holds infinite wisdom and truth for you, always, always, always for you. As we tap in and breathe into our body, we're going to invite your body to show you right here. Invite your body to show you where is the present moment for me. Where in my body right now is the present moment? And just allow your body to show you. It's going to open up right here. Opening up right here. Where do you notice it in your body? Just moving with it. Doesn't have to make sense. Moving into the space of your body where the infinite present moment exists for you. Continue to breathe. Bring your awareness to this part of your body and just notice what it's like here. Notice the space of the infinite present moment. Even if it's just being detected like a pinprick. Bringing your awareness to this space and moving into it even more. What color is it? What's the quality of this space like? Stepping into this presence. Beautiful. Breathing in, taking it in, claiming this. This is yours. This is yours, my friend. And you get to claim it here in a bigger way. So no matter where you are in your relationship to your body and to this present moment, right here, you get to claim it in an even bigger way. Right here. So breathing in and stepping in more fully to this space in your body, into this present moment, claiming it. It's yours now. And right here, you're going to ask this space and this beautiful presence, what is the wisdom you have for me right now? What do I need to know right now about claiming you and living from you in a bigger way? Receiving this information. Whatever you're ready to receive is coming through right here for you. Beautiful. Now, asking this present moment energy, this present moment space, what is the one thing? What is the one event, experience, belief, thought that is infringing on my ability to be here? Show me. What is it? Allow yourself to either hear, think, see. Maybe there's an image that comes through. Maybe it's just a knowing in your body of what the one thing that's infringing on your ability to be more present right here. Receiving it now. Beautiful. And then asking, if this was cleared, if this no longer was infringing on my ability to be more present here, what would that be like? Allowing yourself to receive right here the experience of what it's like when you have greater access to this space. Feeling it in your body here, because right now you're getting activated on a cellular level, the experience, the felt experience of greater presence. And then inviting your body, if this feels good for you, just dialing it up, say, dial it up just a little bit for me, please. Anchoring it in. Noticing the aliveness that's right here in your body as you're claiming greater presence. Beautiful. Now asking this beautiful space of the present moment, what's the one thing that I can do to clear that which is infringing on my capacity? Show me. Tell me. What can I do? Maybe it's an action. Maybe it's a ritual. Maybe it's a decision. What do I do? What do I do that anchors this in? Receiving this information now, my friend. Gorgeous.